Woo-wee, what's going on YouTube? It's Donnie here all day. Getting ready to do the test. So here's the deal. I did part 1 on this video. If you haven't seen it, the link is down below, along with all the links to get this knife and my other Croco Knives blade, the dbad Menace. So the links are down below on how to get these. I'm not going to go over all the specs because that's in part 1. So if you want to know everything about this badass knife, go see my part 1 video. I'm not going to tell you the price because the price will blow you away. It's way better. We came together thinking we wanted to put together some knives that any man can afford, and that's what we did. So I'm going to tell you one thing before we take it outside. There was a print mistake right here where it says kniff instead of knife. I know it's backwards. I'm not going to bother flipping it around. But right there it says military combat. It's supposed to say knife. It says kniff. It only happened on this one, the 001. So when you get yours, all of the rest of them, I already talked to my guy, and he said he has no idea how that happened. The rest of them are all fine. They say knife on them. Now, I didn't do it both sides because I know a lot of people don't like billboarding, but because of a numbered piece, I wanted this side, or at least have one side where you could display it. If you weren't going to carry it, if you wanted to buy a knife for collection because it's numbered, it would be cool because it would be displayed. I have plenty of display knives that have crap all over them, and then you have a bunch of use 'em knives that have nothing on them, and it looks like this. So this side looks like that. That side looks like that. The only thing that's on there is military combat knife. On mine it says kniff, and it'll say dbad, MCK, and then all the way numbered to 50. Once the first 50 are sold, you could still buy more. They just won't be numbered. So that's it. This thing is awesome. Let's take it outside. All right. So my goal in making this, well, I wanted it to be, it's my perfect combat knife. And what I would want if I went back to the sand trap, what would be with me if I went to anywhere? If we had a combat in any region of the world, what knife would I want? And that's why I designed this. I designed this to be my perfect combat knife, exactly what I would need. Not just combat though, not just like combat, because there's different. You have combat fighting, you have combat survival. I wanted a mix. I wanted my perfect knife. So this is going to be your combat fighting knife. It's going to have great positioning all the way around with perfect balance. It's going to be amazing in the hand. So if you need striking, you have a double-edged drop point. So you're going to have the ability to puncture and go through. You're also going to have, with the weight distribution, enough to where you can completely come down and chop and score that way. That was the combat fighting aspect. But then I also wanted combat survival. What if you're not just using it for regular combat, where you're going to use it for digging things, like you have a landmine and you have to pry out the mine that's underneath? You need something with a nice fat tip, and that's why you don't see a lot of combat blades that are clip points, right? So military combat. So basically, for a survival knife, I wanted things like the ability to notch and strip and things like that, and I can braid line, and I can use this for a lot of different scoring techniques and things like that, and it's going to work really, really well. So with the forward choil, you have the ability to choke up so you can do tight tasks. In the rear, let's say I want to fish for survival and I find a bunch of mussels, I can bang, 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 break them open. Some crab, bang, 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 break it open. I could use it to either eat or for bait. Plus it helps you hammer. If I needed to make stone tools of any kind, I can use that on the end. So it's not just a combat fighting knife. It's not just a combat knife. it's not just a combat survival knife. I wanted a mix of all of everything you can get, and that's what we have here. So without further, what's that, scab? Adieu. Let's take this, man. Whoa, man, I got so excited. I almost went for one extra time. Still stayed though. Bam, this thing is sweet. Tell me, man. Woo. All right, so let's have some fun. Let's have some fun with this beast. Let's try some 4-foot drops. Check that bite. The bite is going to be fantastic because of that double-edged tip. You get in there on just a drop, you get some nice drops. Bam! Hard downward throws. Bam! That is in, man. That left a gap in the wood. All right, let's try a push cut on a 1/2-inch nylon rope. Ooh, I just totally slid right through the log, and right there, I gave it a push. It wasn't like breeze right through, but I didn't have to saw, so that's good. It has a nice working edge. Let's see, where is the extension cord end? Let's do a little extension cord chop, and of course that's gonna go completely smooth, no problem. Let's do a bag chop through multiple layers of good hard saddlebag leather. Bam, I think I just went through a piece of steel. I think I hit a buckle, but yeah, it goes all the way through. Yeah, I did. I nicked the buckle. I just nicked it. There is absolutely nothing to show for that, though. Nothing to show. I wonder how it'll do. This is going to be a trip on the nylon because of the wide drop point. I don't know if I'm going to get a good shot on that nylon, but we're going to try. We're definitely going to try. Let's see if we can't get through the tire here. Find a nice spot. Bam. Okay, so I got it in, and it's in decent, but not great. It didn't go all the way through. Let's see. I might have short-handed it. All right. That time I long-handed it, and I can cut straight through the tire, making nice rips. Bam. That's not so bad. That's not so bad, man. So now it has to be a trenching tool if it's combat. Trenching we use for lots of different things. EOD uses it for one thing, for explosives. But if you have to make a toilet, you want trenching. And this is why you want a wide blade, and especially double-edged, because it helps. But when you're trenching, sometimes you need to make a hole and then cover a hole back up so it looks like nobody was ever there and a hole was never dug. And that's why you need a good trenching tool. We have tools that are designed for trenching, right? These sweet little trenching tools. But if I'm out in a combat situation, I don't want to carry a bunch of gear. If I can have my knife, that's a one-all, do-all, and it'll help with food prep and all that jazz, that's going to work out very well for me. All right, so let us continue. Gosh, I love this. That's fluid. That's what you call fluid in the knife world. When you can take a knife and you can just keep swinging it around and around and around, because the balance points, that's what we call fluid. It's fluidity. It's very nice. All right, let's see here. I got thorns everywhere. I'm trying not to catch myself. This entire area over there, we go. This entire area over here is just all thorns, and I'm not happy with them. I got to get them all down, but it's a pain in the butt to cut down thorns, because every time you cut them, they come back at you and they bite you. Let's work on that another day. I need something long, a machete for that. I'm gonna tear myself up. All right, so let's get over here. We got the soccer ball and the dreaded plastic net. Look at this. So am I gonna be able to use it for, like, let's say skinning and all that? Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, I'm inside the mesh here. There wasn't a lot of leather, but it's just ripping straight through, no problems. Man, this thing's just dangling. I'm afraid to get myself. I don't know why I'm afraid. What am I, a sissy? But look at this. you can see it's shaving straight through, no problem. This mesh is getting me. All right, so speaking of mesh, let's get to the hell mesh, to the this stuff sucks mesh. All right. So that first one didn't go, and I'm telling you, we get a lot of knives that don't go with this mesh. This stuff is some serious business, but you can see it'll go through. It'll get a good rip. I had to work it. I'm gonna cut my arm off, man. Trying to work the angles for you guys, trying to get this thing done. But there you go. So the plastic mesh, it's working. It's working. I'm not gonna lie to you. It took me a little bit to get it through there, but that's just the shape. That's the shape. The biggest thing is, does the plastic mesh chip the edge, which we've seen on other knives, and no, it does not. The edge is great. So it's still able to get through. Takes a little work on that, but it gets through. Let's take it and chop. It's got to be well-rounded, right? It's not going to be perfect for one thing. Well, perfect for combat, but it's got to be well-rounded. It's got to be good at everything, not just great at one thing. And that was the purpose of this knife, and that's why it has so many different elements, because it has to be good all the way around the board. So let's come over here, and there we go. Am I going to be able to chop? Yeah, I'd say I can chop. I should chop a piece of wood that you can actually see what's happening, because this is all muted colors. It's so dead. But you can, I don't know, maybe you can see all that stuff flying off. Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. All right, so let's see. I got a piece right here that you might be able to see better. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Not bad for a combat knife. Not bad for a combat knife. Oh, yeah. Check that out. Combat survival right there, baby. Let's see. Fighting, surviving, combating, everything you gotta do, all with one knife. These fullers add for a really nice side grip. Woo! Look at that. And if you're wondering, am I staying within the bark and not getting to the wood yet? Yes, I am. Look at that. Oh, there's the wood right there. You can see that strip. Finally getting to it. Oh, look at those curls. Look at those curls. That right there is what we call edge geometry. Woo! I guess those knife schools or whatever in England teach you how to do some pretty good knife geometry, because, man, look at that. Look at that. These curls are beautiful. Look at that nest right there. If you can't light a fire with that, you got some crazy issues. Crazy issues. All right, let's take a piece big enough. But where'd it go? I went too far. I got this one. Let's take this and notch a nice little notch with the saw end. Now, it's not a saw, it's not a traditional saw, but it's going to be good for notching and fraying and all that. And I'll show you. See that? So now, look at this. Fire starting 101. Look at this. Look at this. Man, this is the kind of stuff you do that. Put in your camp. You let this stuff dry a little bit. That goes up with ease. I wonder if we can throw it from here. Let's see. First try. I balanced it right, I'll tell you that. That thing was smoking. Man, that went in there too. All right, so one of the most important things for me, I know I can throw it. Let's go bang on it now. Woo! It feels really good. Like, just in the grip, it feels so good. I am super, super happy with this knife. I am super happy with this knife. There's a lot of ways it could have gone. It went right. That's how it went. All right, let's take this big piece right here. It's got a bunch of knots in it. Let's hammer through it. Right through the knot to start. Right through it. Sweet. Sweet. Let's go back through that knot. I'll use this baton because it's a little thicker and heavier. And again, straight through a knot. Bam. Golly. Guys, I got myself a badass knife here. Well, you can get yours too. You can get yourself one. Oh, I'm going through the soft part of the wood. Still able to split it. Let's see. That wood is just deteriorating. Just deteriorating over here. Look at this. But it's okay because I could use that prying it out. Ugh. Let's see. Let's see. Ugh. 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 Just punch the log. Ugh. I gotta say, man. I gotta say. I am loving all that jazz. I am loving all that jazz. This thing's a freaking knife, baby. All right, so let's do one more thing. Let's go over find some 1-inch forest trees. See if we can't get a good swath through. I'll tell you what, I would not want this thing going through my ribs, especially with the pinch serrations. No, no, no. Oh, I didn't find any wire to bend. That's right. I was gonna bend some wire with it. Maybe there's some over here. I don't know. But I wanted to show you how you can move wire with these. Let's see. We'll come over here. I wonder, I don't know if it's gonna be able to. Let's see, I'm trying. I don't have you guys in the shop, but what I was trying to do was just lift the nail head. I think this nail's too big. Oh, where is that? I got it moving. Ugh. And so you can use the serrations to pull out nails. Look, no chipping, nothing like that. Let's see if I can hit it direct. You could use the little hammer end if you got good aim. That'll work. Man, I just want to do more and more things with this because it's so much fun to play with. Let's see here. Oh, yeah. There we are. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah. Man, this thing's fun. This thing's fun, man. All right, so I really wanted to find a piece of metal to bend. Pause, hold on. All right, so I've got some wire over here. Make sure I was actually filming. Thought it was paused. And what you can do is you can take your serrations, and I don't know if you're able to see it, but you can literally bend and twist wire. And the good thing is you don't really need that much aim because it's going to fit into pretty much any spot. But you can see how I'm twisting the wire. I'm trying to do this one hand. If you do it the right way, then you don't have to worry about all that. So let's see. So I'm in here and I'm going to just twist that wire, and eventually what will happen is if I keep twisting, right there, you see how it broke off? You're just going to break the wire. So It's a good wire break. It definitely will get the job done. I just locked up in 2 different spots and twisted, and I'm twisting the wire together, and you can see it pulling away. Look at that. Wire break. See that? See the hole it made? I don't know if you guys can actually see all that, but it's working as intended. So it gives me a nice hole, and it's just one of those things. Now, the other thing you can do is if you have some string and you need to make a rope, let's say you don't have any TA 550, but maybe you can pull some threads out of something. What you do is you make a little knot in your thread and you stick it on one side, you pull your thread through here, and then you braid. And it's a good way just to hold thread, things like that, so you can create your own rope. Oh man, good timing. It's just starting to rain. So I gotta say, I'm not just pleased, I'm not just happy, I am absolutely stoked with this thing. Every grip is comfort. They say comfort is key. Every grip on this is comfortable. This knife, this is just one badass piece. Remember, if you get them early, you're going to get yourself a numbered piece. A numbered piece, something that you can use as a collectible, and I do have big things coming up. I mentioned in the last video, so I think some of the dbad designs, especially numbered ones, are going to start getting a little bit more valuable as we go. This thing right here, super badass. This knife is just incredible. Incredible knife. I freaking love it. If you want a great combat fighting or combat survival knife, even just a survival knife, or even just a combat knife, this guy right here will do you good. This one right here will do you good. This knife is fantastic. All right, so that's it for this one. The dbad military combat knife by Croco Knives. Go to the links below. Pick yourself up one. Wait till you see the price. I am Donnie B all day. Until next knife.